Alrighty, guys, we are back with another episode of A Sex Talk with me, Taffy. You know, twisting it with Taffy, as the kids say. Um, Today, I am here with a new friend of mine. I will let them introduce themselves real quick.
Hello there, I'm Rose Carter. I am a cam model on chatterbait.com, and I'm also doing things in other places. You should find me on Twitter at Rose Carter with 2 A's. That's me, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, for right now. We'll get into more, I feel like.
Oh yeah, I usually have
Discover
people
me.
link their stuff later into the podcast.
Okay, cool.
Or whatnot,
Cool.
and I do it. But yeah, so this is my sex-based podcast, and we do sorry, we're also currently streaming right now because that's a fun way to do it.
Yes, yeah. Someone was talking about how they farted in my room. Need to get them out. It's not. That's cool, but not allowed.
Here's this in case we need to.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, so to get into the podcast, like I said, very open-ended, very very chill, having a good time. To start off with the question I always like to start off with my sex worker friends is, how did you find yourself in this industry?
So I didn't really have a way of entering it for the longest time, or like I didn't feel like I did. Not really the best at just like breaking into something. But all of a sudden, when COVID happened, my friend started camming, and she just started telling me about it, and I was just instantly like, just keep telling me what happens. And she would tell me stories about like what she did, and she only did it for like a week or so, and then she completely stopped, and I kept going.
Okay.
Going.
Solid.
Yeah.
So I believe we quote unquote met at Exotica Miami when that happened this year. How was that for you, and how has been, God, what's the fuck me. How has going to conventions like that changed the way in which you do sex work, or changed your experience in the world of doing it?
That's a really good question. I've actually been thinking a lot about that. So I feel like, to start off, like, I had been camming for 2 years and some change, like literally some days before I went to my first convention, and then Miami was my second convention. And since Miami and the 2 others that I've gone to and trying to go to more, like, it feels like I don't know, like it accelerates it to a certain degree. Like it's definitely easier to feel connected, and less like you're like a soul island. And it's really cool to just interact with other people who like have been around either longer or even less time, and just see like what they're doing, or how they like just even hold themselves. And I don't know, it's like, it's been like a really rewarding experience when I can do it. Like, I don't know, yeah. It's also changed like my outlook on the industry a little bit, because like at first, like, you're like, especially being a cam model, you spend a lot of time by yourself. You don't really hear that much feedback unless someone's like really pissed off, or if they really really love you, which since I'm also camming, thank you guys. When you leave comments like that, I do read them, and I enjoy the shit out of them. But yeah, it's really easy to feel like you don't. It's really easy to feel like you lose motivation really quickly, or just kind of like, you'll be on this like projection, you kind of feel like, and you're like coming up with ideas, and you just kind of hit a wall. And it's really cool to just like meet other people who have gone through the same thing. And like, yeah, it makes it feel more real too, instead of just being alone in your room.
So do you think would you say it's something that most people who cam should try at least once or go check out? Like,
I think so. If you're able to, I think it's definitely worth giving it a shot. You know, if time permits and money and everything, like it's a definite. If you are an outgoing, not maybe outgoing, but if you can like, you know, make conversation and shit, and you're like, I need more. Like, you should definitely try it out. It can be overwhelming at times, but it's comparable to, I'd say, like an anime convention,
but sexy.
but sexy. Yeah, like with how much is going on and like
Oh yeah,
all the lights and everything, you know.
because I thoroughly enjoyed getting to go to it.
Yeah.
I only got to go one day, because I had my other job to go deal with. But I was there for the whole. I mean, I spent the entire fucking from open to close there. I had a great time. Met some great people. Met you. All kinds of shit like that. And that was a lot of fun. Definitely will be doing it again soon.
Yeah.
But out of that, does that lead to a lot of opportunities to get to make content with other people? Is that kind of your main way that you go about? Like, if you want to make content with other people, that you find them, or are you able to find them like online or?
Yeah. Okay, on it for me, I am still trying to figure out my best approach. At the conventions that I've gone to, so the first two conventions that I went to, I didn't plan anything. You'll see people online planning collaborations or being like, "Hey, do people want to meet up and stuff?" And I've always been like, how do people just do that? Do you just do that? You just like sit there and you just type that tweet? It seems so simple. Like, you just
It is.
it's so simple, but I can't actually like fathom doing it. But just recently, like, I'll try to DM people, but yeah, it's a good way to meet new people because you're in person. Like, I feel like it, it's the element the internet will never have, because something about just being able to, like, even just quickly making eye contact, like, and you're like, oh my god, like, you look so good, and you're like, oh my god, like, you just like run up to people and like squish them real quick. Like, you just can't, I don't know, on the internet, unless you are on top of it. Like, I don't know, there's just like a extra ability to it, and so basically it is a great way to make friends and like get collaborations and stuff.
So, are we able to talk about your pro scene?
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So, how did you get into that? Like, where did you find your um connection into that?
So I got an email. It's okay. So this is another thing that I was like, this seems so simple, but I was like, I don't know if it's real. It's like, is it really this simple? So I like got an email, and there was a phone number, and I looked it up, and the phone number went to the name that was also in the email. And so I called it. And yeah, this guy picked up, who then decided to represent me, and he was able to get me that first scene. And there was actually like a few other scenes that I was signed up to do, but I was like, I don't think so just yet. They were like way more intense than, like, they were the intensity level was something that I was willing to do, but I don't know if I was willing to do it
And be stuck doing stuff at that level.
Yeah, like once you like open that door, once you open the door, it's really hard to close the door. Yeah, there's less squish on the internet. Sorry, talking to the camera people real quick. Hot buns.
So then how did the scene go? Like, what was kind of the lead up? Like, what did you have to do to prepare? What did you
Oh my god.
stuff like that?
So I didn't really know too much. Like I knew enough. So I got like all the travel information and the like lodging information and got tested, and I sent that test to my agent. My agent took that. Oh, also, before all of this, I had to send my agent a an intro video. It
Those
just
are
makes
always
me
so
cringe.
awkward to
It's
fucking
so,
film.
and they put my intro video in the submission photos that I sent in the video in the pro scene. And so like I got to, when I was watching it, like all of a sudden
Like, I could have done this a lot better.
I was like, oh shit. All of a sudden in this pro scene I'm talking about Minecraft and how I built a computer, and I'm like, oh my god, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
It's there forever.
It's there forever. And also in this video I say something about how I don't like cum. And I was like, as soon as it happened and as soon as I was all finished, I like completely by myself, I was like, how dare you get on camera and say that you don't like cum? It's embarrassing for the industry you're in. Come on now. But it was really good. It was really good. It was overall like a really good experience. And yeah, it was definitely like, I think that there comes like a certain level of like, you have to be able to advocate for yourself when you're doing anything sex at all. Like there has to be a certain level of you advocating for yourself and you also being like, I don't know, like the other, like you being self-aware of where you're at and the other person being self-aware of where they're at, and then both of like all of that being able to communicate it and have like that effectiveness in communication work. If anything's missing there, then I feel like a lot can go wrong. And I feel like it was really effective in communication, like, and I was really good on my end. And like, and basically the reason why I bring that up is because a lot of people were really worried that I didn't know what I was going to be getting myself into, and they were like, you know, are you sure? Like, what if they ask you to do something that you don't want to do? And I was like, then I'll say no.
Then you say you don't want to do it.
Yeah. And they were like, but what? No. And there was actually at least one time where like there was a question asked during the scene, and I was like, no, I don't want to do that. And they were just like, okay. And it was actually really cute. And I don't know if it was left in or not. I didn't watch the full video. I definitely skipped a little bit. I also masturbated during it. High five. Oh yeah. It was great. Nutted really hard.
So then along that line of topic, so how much time went into making the scene versus what actually came out of the scene?
That's really okay. So that is something I actually thought about this like as soon as I was done. I wish I set like a timer. I really do, so I would have been able to know for sure. But I think it was somewhere around like total filming time, like I don't know. I want to say somewhere between 3 to 5 hours.
That's not bad at all.
I don't think it was any longer than that. I really don't. And it definitely wasn't 5 hours. Like that just seems way too long in my brain. Way too long. Actual footage that came out of the shoot was about like an hour and a half.
Hour and a half video?
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. It's really long. They do it. They do.
They keep a lot of it, I assume.
Yeah, because it's all about first timers doing first scenes ever. So they show you like setting up, and they're like literally the video starts with me holding their color card on the bed, just like sitting there. I'm just like bobbing around like. So they started pretty early in filming, and they ended. Like, it doesn't just end when you, like, after cum shot, it went into, like, a shower scene afterwards of me, like, rinsing off and talking about it.
I've seen a few of those.
Yeah. That part threw me off, I will admit. I was like, oh, shit, I got cum everywhere.
So I gotta talk to you now?
And I was like...
Can't just leave?
I was like, I just wanted to sit on the toilet and, like, vibrate for, like, a second. Just, like, pulsate.
So, I think that's a lot of what I have... For that situation, I was just kind of curious about it. I want to talk a little bit about how your weekend with me went. How did you feel about this weekend?
I feel really good. Yeah,
have fun.
I did have fun.
Just trying to stroke my ego a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Did how was I as a host?
It was great. I mean, it's not fair to ask me that because I am almost entirely self-sufficient. So it's like it's really hard for people to be a bad host to me. It's like, just give me a place to sleep.
As long as I wasn't like rude and you like felt comfortable and you weren't cold.
Yeah.
You felt like you could like go to the bathroom and I wasn't like, you know, a bitch or anything like that.
Yeah, no, that's
for
me.
I want.
Like for me, my thing is like, give me a place to sleep and give me air conditioning in a sense, like just climate controlled environment. And I am good. Like if food is provided, even better.
You might be able to take a few points off for me then because I keep this place hot.
That was fine. It was fine.
It is cold.
Wasn't a problem. Plus we got a snuggle. It was great. Even though I am not a good snuggler when I sleep.
No, you're not.
No,
you get points off when you're in for that.
But I also sleep like I sleep in a fucking coffin. Like I wake up in the morning. Yeah,
I have a bunch of friends who sleep with their literally with their arms crossed on their back.
No, I sleep like I always every time. Like if I'm just laying around, my feet always end up crossed. If I wake up in the morning, I always wake up on my back with my arms directly at my sides and my feet are crossed. It's like he is ready to be put in the fucking ground.
I always wake up with my neck like in between my always so curled and sideways.
But otherwise, we got to do a few fun things while we're here. I'm not going to go into it too heavily.
We ate good food.
Pretty good. We found a really dope ass fucking spot that shouldn't have been as good as it was.
No, it wasn't. It was that stereotypical. I was about to say like
hole in the wall, like grungy little place that you're like, oh, this can't be good.
Gross.
Everything's cheap as fuck.
Cheap as fuck.
Absolutely, like no money spent really, and it's just like we brought it home and tried it, and we're like, holy fucking shit,
so good. And no, it had nothing. It was 2 a.m. That has nothing to do with it. That food was good.
It was great.
It was great.
Then we went to a nice little family-owned fucking bakery thingy.
And there.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what else to call it. It was like a bakery. And
a bakery.
It that shit was fire. Oh man. And then went and got my oil changed. That was a lot of fun.
The oil change was actually really surprising because they were like an hour and a half and it only took like 15 minutes.
Yeah, it was great.
It was great. Anytime there. It was great. I bought a planner and a calendar. Honestly, yeah, you were a really great guest to host because usually when I have guests over, I try to have everything clean and done before people get here, and I had I literally am staring at a trash bag in the corner over there, and yeah, you've been pretty chill. Don't make me feel bad about it. So
it's like I live out of my car. I am not worried about dirtiness in a house as long as it's not like rat level dirty.
No, God no.
You know?
God no, burn the place down.
But
just kidding.
I had another topic that I wanted to go on, but I forgot as of right now. Also, to the people that are in the chat, feel free to ask questions. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
this is
This
probably
is
one of the few times that you have a good chance to ask
Ask
most
Rose
questions.
Carter anything.
Most things.
Most things. Yeah, if I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it.
Um,
And you know what? I'll definitely answer it if you tip the right price for it, too. Hey, baby. You know what I'm
but
saying?
so do you see yourself doing pro porn more often? Is
Yeah,
that
I would
something
like
you
to. I would
really
like to.
enjoy doing, having a good time with?
Yeah, there's like a level of okay, so I haven't said this out loud before, but I've been thinking about it. There's like a level of organization to it that like you don't get with being completely this is like being a camel completely self-employed. Like fully like you built your own boat,
Everything is yours. Whereas with pro
built
porn,
your
it's
own
like you
board.
show up and most of the stuff is done
You
for you.
show
You just gotta
up.
pop your pussy out
You
and have a
show
good
up.
time.
It's the equivalent in my brain of having to report to the office in this industry.
Yeah.
And I really, really, really work well with that because I love bitch work.
I love bitch work.
I love bitch work. One of my favorite jobs when I worked retail was just organizing the stockroom, getting to show up on time, interact with people, to do my job. I was really good at that. So I would love to be able to do that more often because there's just this sense of because there's some days because the lack of feedback can be really rough, especially during the winter months because it gets cold. Seasonal affective disorder is definitely a thing, and so yeah, definitely when that first pro scene, there was just a sense of oh shit, yeah, I know I did my job today. No,
I
I
clocked
know
in
it.
and came
You know.
out.
I clocked in and I can't. Yeah, I came, and then I clocked. Yeah, clocked in, came, clocked
Cocking.
out.
Um,
Cock in, cock out. come face, come off face. Wax on, wax off.
wax it.
There's definitely good days on camp. There's a bunch of good days on camp, but the winter gets rough for me, basically.
As it does with most people.
It's fucking rough.
So
leave some love, please.
On just a little bit of a different topic, you in your stream are notorious for your dad jokes. Can we get one? Give us a shitty dad joke.
A shitty dad joke? Okay. Why can't you spot Waldo?
Why?
Because he wears stripes.
Yeah. All right, that was the podcast, guys. Okay. No.
Wait. How does an astronaut organize a party? He plans it.
He planets.
I never said they were good jokes. I also call them bad jokes. Sometimes when I don't call them, damn, you said dad jokes. You took away my extra punchline just in case I don't finish the joke correctly.
All right. Well, that was a bust. No, I'm fucking with you.
Womp womp. Where's your sound? Race your mother.
So what is something since getting into this industry you didn't think you would be interested in or cool with that you come to find that you are into or down to?
Piss.
Piss.
One answer, piss. End of podcast. No, but yeah, that's
was the
my
question
answer.
we needed to know. Piss.
That is I think about all the exes that I've had who've been like, let me pee on you. And I've been like, ew.
No.
Ew, no. And
You just
like,
needed a little bit of money to unlock coolness.
Not even, dude. I just I didn't even get paid. the first time I ever let someone do it to me. But I was just like, I had just been around someone who had a thing for it. And yeah, so basically like enough exposure. And I was like, do you want to do that to me? And they were like, yes.
Yes.
And
Immediately.
that is now something that I'm always like really surprised that I'm like okay with.
Now, then, on the flip side of that, what's something you thought you would have been cool with or super interested in, but now you're just like, I'm good, don't like it?
That's okay. So the first thing that came to mind, but I didn't really discover it when I was in. Why does everyone want a ticket show? Hold on. Everyone does ticket shows because they are fun ways of engaging the audience. Hello, Limp Dog. I hope you're having a great night in the cam room tonight. Happy Sunday. What'd you ask me? I'm so sorry.
What's something, since getting into the industry,
Oh.
that you thought you would have been cool with, but you were no longer cool with?
Okay, yep. So I didn't actually discover this when I entered the industry, but found it like right before. Sounding? Yeah, I don't know. Not to like if anyone's into it. I'm sorry. I literally
It hurts. The idea of it hurts so bad.
It just okay. Like literally, I've seen it, and every time I've tried to see it,
no,
I've fainted. I've straight up fainted. Like I literally like my body is like out.
God
I'm like,
damn it!
Absolutely not. The first time I ever saw it, I was with an ex in the bathroom, and I was literally just standing with like my knees were probably locked too, and all of a sudden, he started doing it, and my body was just like, absolutely, you cannot see this right now. This is forbidden fruit, and I just started to go.
So I'll answer this
Holly,
for you real quick.
How are you?
So to everyone in the chat, we are currently doing a podcast right now, going over that. Doing that for the next probably about 30 minutes to fill up an hour. But yeah, no, you literally, that was the last question I asked previously. Feel free to ask questions. Probably this is a good time to actively ask questions. If you guys have any, feel free to ask them. But I mean, I asked her that exact question, and she was like, piss. That's it. That's piss. Yeah.
End.
Down.
Period.
So yeah, you literally just missed that by like a minute.
The adult industry.
But to all those in the chat, feel free to ask questions. We're not heavily reading chat. We're trying to read it as much as we can, but we are doing a podcast, so we might not answer back super consistently or quickly, but either way,
we will definitely answer.
Back to the podcast.
Insert your sponsors here. This is a great time.
I don't do any of the cutting or anything like that.
No, you need. This would be a great time for a commercial.
Yeah, if I had fucking sponsors, that'd be great.
You just gotta reach out.
I gotta have people. I have to have more than 30 listens. Also, to those wondering, I do host a podcast. It is Twisting It with Taffy. I'll talk about it more on the stream when I'm done with the podcast because it's kind of redundant to talk about it while making the podcast. But yeah, so that's what you thought you would be into, but you're definitely not. I am also in that same boat. That is a rough no for me. Cannot do it. Oh God, what was I gonna say? I wanna open it up to you. What do you have any questions for me? Anything you're interested in knowing about me, or just in general, any weird any weird topics you want to get into? Anything you think might be fun?
Any weird topics that I want to get into? Oh God.
See, I don't want to know about you. I don't care.
Well, no, I'm so much of a like a homebody. My brain goes immediately to like, where'd you grow up and stuff like that. So I'm like,
so many people have a really hard time thinking of questions compared to me. It's like I understand why I'm the one doing the thing because I always have questions. But
well, so I feel like you might have told me, but how did you start? Did you start how did you get into the industry? Did you start with stripping?
No, so the stripping thing was never like a full like thing that I did. It was just like, every once in a while, a group of sorority girls who knew me would be like, "Oh, we want someone to come dance for us." So, okay, cool. So it'd be an excuse for me to whip my cock out for some hot sorority girls and like slap it in their face. It was great. Um, and then
What do I think is my weirdest fetish?
we'll get to that one in a second. I do like that. That's a good
That's a
question.
good one, Polly.
But
You'll
I
be
really, I didn't really even get into the industry till this year when I went to Exotica, because I was just like, that was the moment that I was like, I want to check this out. And then I was like, oh, I can just straight jump into this.
Yeah.
Cool. Because
Yeah.
like I've done some like sexy shit and like some like pseudo porn related stuff in college and whatnot, but it just like there's not a fucking industry for that in Arkansas. There ain't
Yeah.
shit for that there. So, whatever.
Arkan,
Yeah, Arkan, hell no. Get the fuck out.
Arkan, hell no.
But we my first real thing that was like porn related directly outside of like I tried OnlyFans for like a 2-month period 2 years ago and I just couldn't do it. And then the first real thing was the stream with Nami and Ivy. Like that was the first real thing that I was like, yeah, okay, cool. So this is not as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Okay.
But yeah. So what's your fetish that's the weirdest one you're into? Mine's a fucking easy.
What's yours? I have to think about mine.
So here's the thing. I don't consider myself to have any fetishes. I have kinks because to me, a fetish is something that you have to have in order to get off.
I was literally just saying that like a few days ago.
A kink is something that excites the situation that you're in and makes it better.
Yes, yeah.
Because you can have a foot kink, but not need
feet to come. That's what I heard it was. That's
because
what I heard the difference was.
That is a basic one that I have.
Yeah.
I love feet. I love girls in socks. We went over this. I have hard sock parameters that I love. I don't fucking need them to come though.
Yeah.
Not important. But also it's like if they're dirty socks, get them the fuck away from me. Like that's a turn off.
Yeah.
But for me, one of the hardest kinks I've always wanted to try is I really want to fuck a chick with my gun.
Oh, like put it. Oh
I want my Glock inside of her.
Be careful.
I'm aware. I know all of the parameters in which I need to take in order to do it.
I don't know if we can talk about that.
I know. That's why I'm not going to do it too much. But that is one that I've always wanted to do. Oh outside of that, I don't know if it's really weird. It's just excessive. I want to be the Super Bowl halftime show.
What do you mean?
I want, during the Super Bowl halftime show, fucking like Mariah Carey comes out and sings, and I'm just there fucking some chick in front of the largest TV viewing situation in the world.
Okay, that sounds like more of like a fantasy, but I'll take it. Do you think about that one a lot?
Oh yeah, I would love to do that. That'd be great. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, I think about that like 9 out of 10 times. I'm like,
you give me the opportunity to be naked on the Super Bowl halftime show game.
Okay, I kind of like. Oh man, all right. I'm gonna do fetish, but I also really want to do fantasy because mine is. I have one, and I think it would make everyone kind of be like, wow. My strange. Okay, so I think my strangest fetish. My thing was fucking.
I guess another one that I am really big and into is like mommy dom stuff. The idea of like a slightly older woman, like mid-30s or like late 20s even, just being like doing a thing where like I come in and like I set all my stuff down and she's like, come here, tell me about your day, sit on my lap or something, and I come and do it, and then she's like, okay, and like now be a good little boy and put on your collar or something like that, and then she's just nice and like in control but like very mommy about it, and maybe like
Mommy kink.
mommy
You
kink
have a mommy
hardcore.
kink.
But it's just like I just want like to come in and a woman to be like, okay, it's feeding time. Just whips out her titties and has me like do like titty worship for a bit or something. I don't know. That shit's hot as
Okay.
fuck to me.
I think my strangest fetish is all right, strangest fetish or kink. I don't know. I don't think I like have a strange one. I think all mine are cool as fuck. I want to be tied up, gagged, treated like a bug doll.
Bug doll.
A bug doll in a way, all day, every day. I'm trying to think though. I'm trying to think if I've ever. All right, the fantasies one. Fuck, I was literally thinking of it. Oh man, wow. I had one so on point, and it's gone right now. I guess I have like the public one too, like. Okay. I can't believe
I think she found it.
I can't believe I forgot that.
I forgot my biggest one.
I forgot my biggest, strangest one because I don't talk about it that much because I keep it like so in the vault. I'm still.
She's like, do I want to say it?
Yeah, I'm contemplating. I'm contemplating changing it last minute. This is me right now.
Can't back out of this.
I can't back out. It's I won't say like specifically like. All right, it's glory holes, but there is a certain region in the world that does them the absolute best. It's the Czech Republic. Czech Republic glory holes is what I search almost every time.
Like, when it comes to glory holes, do you like want to go into a room with just a bunch of dicks and holes and you just satisfy them, or do you want to be the one with your pussy up on the glory hole and just let everyone take their turn?
And specifically, I don't know why, but like there's a few other countries that do it too, but like I don't know, there's something about these glory hole rooms that are just, my brain is like, yes, this is it, this is what I needed. They're great. There's just like a wall of like pussy, and then there's literally like guys walking up on ladders and just like they're just like everywhere, like everything is going on all the time, and it's just like they'll do close-ups, and then like you'll get like some of the close-ups of the women in the boxes, and it's just like, that'd be great. That'd be something that I could like totally do.
Another one I definitely have a thing. Like, I always wanted to be able to fuck one of my teachers in college and high school, but college safely. But I just definitely have a thing with a dominant woman. I want a nice dominant woman.
Nice dominant woman. The same.
I also like the idea of like the fake taxis or things like that were always something that was super interesting. It's like I get in a taxi and the taxi driver like, well, it's like $100 or you could eat me out.
Yeah. Oh, I love.
I'd be like,
okay. The videos where they're just like in a diner and it looks like vanilla people just like enjoying their meals, and then all of a sudden they bring in a couple of dirty sluts. Dirty sluts. They bring them in and they just start like, they like do a bunch of like bondage and like impact play. I'm trying to think of all the like technical terms.
Yeah, the shoplifter stuff was always funny.
I love it.
I love watching that one with Team Skeet. The perv doctor one, like that kind of stuff. I love doing it. Like, I would love to do that.
Nah, dude, I was always in like the bondage, like public humiliation, gangbang, like.
I was like, I just like the idea of like being in a like. Loved it. Like, because I don't like doctor's offices, but it'd be so much better if the doctors, like, I went to the doctor's office, and the nurse is like, okay, it's time for your physical. Let me undress you. All right, you got to check everything, and just starts like jerking me off, and then the doctor comes in. It's like, okay, well, we got to make sure your tongue works or something like that, you know?
Yeah. I like that. Someone should tip 34 and ask me what my biggest fantasy is, because it's a good one. You could probably sum it up from everything else I've been saying. And everyone who's been talking and chatting, thank you, and asking questions, thank you so much. Ask more. We're here to answer.
It also just makes the podcast go quicker and easier. So I had somewhere I wanted to go with after that.
Fired up. Thank you.
Would you do a cream pie gangbang?
With the right parameters, yes.
All right.
Moby, absolutely. Thank you. So my biggest fantasy is like being in that diner like a diner situation or whatever, and then like being like shy and being like, oh my god, no, wait, hold on, and then someone's just like something falls, like something falls off of, like maybe my shirt falls down a little bit, and I'm like, oh god, no, and then I try to fix it, and it just gets worse, and then all of a sudden, like, I'm naked, and then some like, oh yeah, and then man, and then all of a sudden kink.com appears. And it's one of those scenes. That's literally it.
So
it's literally it.
Another one that I just remembered that I really enjoy is
have to hold the water trays too. Sorry, had to throw that one in there.
One of the ones very specific parameters around it, otherwise it gets like rough, but CNC is a thing that is like really interesting to me. But specifically, so I saw this one girl, I think it was on Reddit or it was on TikTok. I don't remember. It was a few years ago. But she did it a very specific way because she had a very big CNC kink, which for those who don't know, that's consensual non-consent.
Yeah, don't explain it further, please.
Yeah, I'm not going to, but
do that on your channel.
So what she would do is she would meet these guys on Tinder or Reddit or like site like that, and she would have it in her bio that that's what she was looking for, and when she met with them, she'd be like, or when she matched with them, she would be like, okay, I'll be at Joe Schmo's Diner from 8:30 to 9. I will be wearing blank, blank, and blank.
Yeah.
You go in, you order a coffee Americano with 2 shots of creamer, and I will know that that's you. I will know who you are. You will know who I am. Do not talk to me. Don't tell me anything about yourself. Once you get your coffee, I will get up and leave. You follow me home. My door will be unlocked. That sounds hot as fuck. That sounds like so much fun. But, that's a very few and far between kind of person.
Yeah. Damn Tinder be, I feel like Tinder's like the Wild West right now.
I'm banned on it, so I don't know.
Do you have that keyboard working?
Yeah. Yeah, but so, in terms of the world of sex work, where do you hope to see yourself grow? Like, do you want to grow more into pro porn? I assume it's a little bit of both, but like, is there like any specific direction you're really trying to take?
What do you, like, direction in like a pro versus like camming, or like?
Are there any like specific goals you're trying to hit? Any like?
Okay, so my long-term
milestones,
goals,
I guess.
My long-term goals are a little too broad right now. I'm trying to work on, like, I don't know, getting better at like honing in on what I want to achieve. Because right now I would love to just be able to keep doing this in like 5 years, 10 years. I would love to be someone that people like working with and like being around. I want to be able to make good content, and my short-term goals, I want to sell merch, baby. I want a fucking website. But I have so many little things being self-employed. I feel like I was complaining a lot about being self-employed, but it's actually like one of the most rewarding thing I've ever gotten the chance to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I
A
remembered
lot of
the other
goals.
question I wanted to get into. And it left the station. God damn it. Fucking hate my brain.
Gone. Feel that.
Oh yeah. So in terms of sexuality, what would you say you are if you're comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I would say that I'm pansexual.
Okay.
I would say that I'm pansexual. I used to say that I was bisexual. And then the reason why I don't say that I'm bisexual is because I have like worked with people who are non-binary. I have had crushes on people who are
Non-binary.
non-binary, and it just feels kind of exclusionary for me. Personal. This is why it's a spectrum. Sexuality is a whole fucking circle, loop, tree, whatever. Um, but so yeah, it just felt like it felt more. Yeah, I don't know. Felt like it covered more because it's not that I'm bisexual. It doesn't matter. Like I don't care.
Now,
It doesn't care who you are. I don't care who you are, just as long as you're cool.
do you think that it's important for people to be open to multiple genders or expressions in order to make it in the world of porn
Um,
or sex work in general?
you
Because,
know,
like, I don't feel like I know a whole lot of people that are wholeheartedly straight
yeah,
or not queer in some
yeah.
sense.
I think,
Thank you so much, Polly. Okay.
Polly, thank you so much, dude. You're awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't think you necessarily need to be open to doing it yourself. Um, like you definitely, I don't know. I've been really lucky, and I kind of want to wish I had a different word to use, but like you hear a lot of people say like, um, I don't know. It seems like people think they need to do things that they don't want to do when they get into the industry, and I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. You might have bad days. Like you might, one day not feel like doing something and like totally okay, you don't have to do it that day. You can do it tomorrow. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because, like, from what I've seen and what I've noticed is I don't feel like I've ever seen.
You just can't be a dick about it. Like
Yeah,
if like it's okay to not do it yourself, but if you're
you can't yuck someone's yum.
yeah, you don't yuck someone's yum. That's not gonna get you far. And
But what I was gonna say is I feel like out
is.
of the years and years and years and years and years that I've been watching porn, you don't really see many women who aren't comfortable doing scenes with other women.
Yeah.
And then, but it's totally plausible to see men who have never done a scene with another man.
Yep.
Or anything like that. A little bit of a double standard in that sense. But I feel like,
yeah.
because like I know for a fact, gay for pay is very much a thing.
I was just about to say gay for pay.
Gay for pay is great, but it's just like, how much of that is gay for pay versus how much of it is people just being
like true to their sexuality?
Yeah, just true and open and just happening to find the industry.
I've met people who are like, yeah, no, I'm gay for pay, and then I've met people who are like me who are like, nah, doesn't matter. I just also don't actively like. I don't like always actively try to like collab all the time. I'm just bad at traveling and I'm bad at scheduling. And I would hate to try to schedule something and then cancel.
Yeah.
Keep canceling. Rescheduling. Blah.
I do hate that.
It's annoying.
Especially when it's like right before. Like,
yeah.
I have so many situations where I'm like, okay, so we're good to do this. We're doing this thing.
I feel like there's
2 weeks later, and then like 2 days before, like, hey, actually, so this isn't happening. I got to do something else. I'm like, dog.
Yeah. I feel like there's very small ways. There's many ways, but in very small ways that you can be like very respectful and professional in anything you do, and that's in like since I know it's just best for me since I know where I'm at to do start small instead of eat the whole table.
Yeah.
Basically.
So, opening it back up to me a little bit, have you thought anything you might want to know, or any other topics on your end that you would like to get into?
What's better than what do you think is better than a hand job?
Everything.
Like, but
what?
If you all right, if you could only bring one thing to an island, and your choices were a hand job, armpit job, or elbow, which one would you bring?
I'm gonna choose the hand job over those ones.
Damn. Well, I thought anything was better than a hand job. Everything.
I mean, I thought you were just gonna go off of like the normal things.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, if it's between a hand job and a blow job,
then
I'm gonna take a fucking blow job anyway.
I know. I was gonna say foot too, and then I was like, no, I can't do that. I know. I really did throw it over. All right, what's better? What do you prefer? Would you prefer 69 or 68? No, I'm just kidding.
24. So Polly said if you could only receive one sexual favor for the rest of your life, what would it be? She was having a trouble.
Thank you, Polly. I love you.
I could only receive one sexual favor? I mean,
hand jobs.
Me being because like me doing doggy style doesn't really count as me receiving, I guess, because that's me doing a lot of the work. But like, I mean, I'm gonna choose cowgirl because that's the easy cop out, and that means I get to have sex.
Okay, so sex.
But if it's
you choose sex.
Oh yeah, but if it's something like that, like
hand job, tit job, foot job.
That's
what I was gonna do. Hand job, tit job, foot job. Those are literally the ones that I was thinking of, Moby.
Well, I mean hand job, because like if they're just bad at it, I'm just like put your hand around my penis, and then I'm gonna do all the work.
You know what my cod feet?
No.
It's like fat fish feet.
Like it was fun. The foot job was fun, but like if I'm gonna go over something like only have at any time, it's like you're gonna get really good at a hand job. You can't get amazing at a foot job.
What makes a blow job bad?
What makes a blow job bad? Teeth.
That's it?
That's most of it.
What's something specific that you think?
I don't love blowjobs in general because it's just like bland. I've only ever had maybe 6 women who have given stunning performances out of all the people I've ever been with. And I wish I could remember what they did, but it was like they used every possible nook and cranny in their mouth and every bit of saliva they possibly owned for that shit. Like it was insane. Cause like, I don't know, man. Having sex is just the best part of having sex.
Yeah, I feel
all the other stuff is just to make you feel better. So that it's like,
wouldn't make me feel better about what?
Like to make the woman feel better in having sex.
Oh yeah.
It's like to get them ready and warmed up. I'm ready to fucking go the second my pants come off.
I'm like always ready.
But in general, women, women need to be warmed up a little bit. We need to get the juices flowing, get some stuff in there. Whereas with the dude, it's like I can take my pants off. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
I was ready to go before. I mean, if I knew what was necessary for a good blowjob, then yeah. But it's like, it's one of those things where you're not paying attention to what you're doing. You're paying attention to the fact that this shit is out of this world. So it's like, I forgot. I was not focused on what she was doing. I just was focused on that it was happening. So it's like, you don't get to remember that.
I'm so good at sucking dick.
Can't wait to find out. So let's get into the people we work with, who are some people that you would like to possibly collab with or work with in general in the industry? Like, who are some people that you either look up to or you think would be like a really fun time?
Some people that I look up to in the industry are definitely a lot of the people that I've been really lucky of making friends with. It's been really cool. Like
It's so easy to make friends in this industry. Like people are just so ready to make friends. It's so nice.
it's really nice. Like people are very warm and open. But not all. I mean, for good reason. Like warm and open, but like not like recklessly. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm a little bit reckless with my kindness. Um, but like shout out to my faves, Dirty Drizzy, Nami 3 Neko, Ivy. I will be your muse. Like love these people. Um,
Nami is definitely in my top.
Nami's the shit. Nami is definitely someone who I look up to a lot because their style.
You don't really look up to her though. She's so short.
Don't knock me off my game right now. I'm going. I'm doing this. Because her style of her approach to porn is a lot of the same approach that I have to it. Where she's a lot more like chill and funny and like very very like I don't know. She's just like very much like a homie. She has homie energy. Yeah. I also look up to I really hope I'm saying it right. Kazumi. It's the full name. It's her full name, but she's just amazing on Twitter. Her OnlyFans is hot as shit. I'm gonna sneeze.
She catches the sneeze.
Ooh, double. And there's honestly a bunch of people. There's a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's so hard for me because it's like most of the people I meet, like after talking to them for like 5 minutes, I'm like, yeah, I wanna make content with you. You're fun. You seem like so cool.
Yeah.
I wanna hang out with you. Let's be friends. I Nami is definitely someone in terms of like the chatterbait streamer content making world. You know, anyone that's like got hard, mean goth energy, definitely people that I'm super interested in. And obviously, like anyone that's redheaded can do just disgusting shit to me. It's a problem. But when it comes to like the pro world, like I actively want to work to get to the point to where I can work with people like Lauren Phillips, Lena Paul, Lexi Lore, Alex Cole. I would also love to. Oh God, I hate it because like I don't know a lot of the dudes' names outside of like the top 3. Tyler something is another one of the dudes that seems like he'd be really fun to work with.
What is it? What's the first one?
What?
What's the first one? Do you know?
First guy?
Yeah, Tyler what?
I don't know his last name.
Okay.
He's a white dude with like curly hair. He's in like a lot of the.
This will be so funny. I mean, you know,
He's in like a lot of Team Skeets and
Okay, maybe not then. I'm like
My Family Pies stuff.
All right, I was like my small ass world over here. No, it's not the one I was thinking of.
But I want to do. I also
that would be so funny.
Like you gotta want to work with Johnny Sins at some point. Like it's fucking Johnny Sins, bro.
Oh yeah,
like, that would be great.
That would be great. That would be great.
And then I would fucking kill for the opportunity to work with the OG MILFs, fucking Brandy Love and what's the other name? I forgot the name. I'll just keep it at Brandon Left right now because I forgot the name.
2 other people that I was thinking of when you said as you were speaking are Avery Jane and Kyra Noir. Just love seeing their work. It's amazing. Just 100 out of 10.
But yeah,
really cool. I have a Red Bull, I guess, in my kitchen. It's from Alex. Alex Cole, but it wasn't given to me.
She has to return.
I'm gonna return it. I'm literally now like a third person in this mission, and I'm deciding whether or not I'm gonna give it back to that person or return it to Alex Cole.
Oh, give it to Alex Cole. Like, I've gotten you your Red Bull, my lady. She's like, what the fuck?
Like, this is from DC. Here you go. Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, I think that went pretty well. Do you have any final remarks? Anything you would like to leave people a message with? Like, I don't know, like any words of advice, any closing remarks, things you feel like didn't get talked about?
Alright, you know what, my mediocre life advice for y'all is, alright, actually, you know, it's not mediocre, it's something that I've been trying to internalize. If you're doing something that you're trying to make last for a long time, then you're not going to get instant gratification from the small pieces of that project. If you're going for long term and you're going for longevity, it's not going to always feel good, and you're not going to get instant gratification from it 100% of the time. Ride the wave, basically. Ride the wave.
Alrighty, so let's let these lovely people know where you can be found.
Hell yeah.
Anything interesting you've got coming up?
Hell yeah. Coming up, I'm gonna be at AVN, and I'm gonna be at XBiz and 3X, baby.
All of those are pretty much all of January, like the month of January is.
Yeah, early January. Las Vegas.
Middle
LA.
of January, I'd say.
Yeah, the LA ones. XBiz 3X for sure. Definitely. But yeah, I got that going on, and where you can find me, I am Rose Carter with 2 A's in Carter on Twitter, and I am Rose_Carter on Chatterbait for now. That's all I can say. Yes, that's it, basically.
Okay.
I don't have that much going on. I'm trying to get more going on. 2023, big year.
Yeah, I'm fucking excited for it.
It's going to be the year of Rose. Oh! Cut stream, or cut cad, or podcast.
Alrighty, guys. That's been another episode of Twisting It with Taffy, a sex talk. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to check out Rose on her things. Make sure to watch more episodes of my podcast if you have enjoyed it. And follow me on my socials. You can find me on Instagram at twistedtaffy_photos. You can find me on Chatterbait every once in a while on Twisted Taffy _. And that is where we will call it a day. Thank you, guys.